24,000 responses to a very simple question. Now, I've got to say, I wouldn't be wasting too much time reading the responses. Some of them are just complete trash. Some of them make me laugh. Some of them, though, are very interesting. And a compilation of the aggregate has been compiled, giving us the top things that customers think Tesla should improve. A couple of months ago, somebody posted something a bit ridiculous on Twitter. It was someone saying they wanted a certain Tesla feature in their car because they thought, I don't know, they were complaining basically about a Tesla feature, and the comments were saying, what is this person talking about? This is ridiculous. Anyhow, Elon Musk responds to this tweet, which had gotten a fair bit of response. I think most people were sort of saying, what you're saying isn't reasonable. And he said, no, good point. Actually, we could make that work by doing this. We'll try to add that as a safety feature. That's the kind of thing I think a good CEO does. So yes, Elon Musk does get a fair bit of criticism. Some of it is fair, I think. Some of it. And some of it some of the time we aren't recognizing the positive things he does. Now, this is one of the things that I don't think Tesla would have gone ahead and done if it hadn't come from probably Elon himself. He said, what should Tesla improve? This was a tweet, by the way. Let us know in the comments below. The responses were interesting. I don't think I personally agree with all the responses, but I want to know if you do. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. My name's Sam Evans. If you're new to the channel, my son tells me we've now done more than 3,200 videos. He closely follows it. He even tells me, Dad, I was watching your video and you said this, but you could have said that. Or he'll say, your voice sounds like, yeah. Anyhow, I won't bore you anymore with what my son tells me, but 3,200 videos. So Tesla can improve, as can every car company. Elon Musk has been open about the idea of using social media to actually get feedback. He's done it a lot of times. Sometimes people think that it's not sincere, or he's just doing it because he knows what the response will be. Maybe, maybe not. This time though, I think this is a very genuine, sincere question. Every brand, in my opinion, should do this. It's hard to get the feedback. Getting the feedback when you own a company, it's very, very difficult. I've been there before. I've tried getting negative feedback. It's hard. Even doing this YouTube channel, I get that. I get negative feedback, and it's challenging. You've got to really, really be willing to accept criticism, and sometimes it can make you feel really crappy. So some of these responses probably would have that effect on people at Tesla. I think they would, because some of them I'm not convinced are really right or on the money. Why do I say this? Well, I'm going to tell you why I say this. And the reason is because I've seen some reviews recently by professional journalists who often criticize Tesla, and they've actually praised Tesla for the things people are saying here are problems. Now, looking at the comments, okay, there's something here that seems very fair. Number one, service appears to be the most pointed out comment. Service can improve. Obviously, the service is in some ways better than other car companies, in some ways worse. In some ways, it's better because, I mean, a lot of people part of the social media group, the Facebook group. By the way, if you want to join the group, you can. There'll be a link in the description. A lot of people say, oh, I got my car serviced today by Tesla, and the Tesla mechanic comes around to their house and it costs them very, very small amount of money. Not much is done, but they don't have to take the car in. To me, that's an enormous advantage. I absolutely hate having to go out of my way, take my car in for a service, then organize how I get from the service center to my work. That's a hassle, a big hassle. Anyhow, service, they say Tesla can improve on. Number one. Number two, customer service and delivery experience. So let me know what your thoughts are on that one. What's your experience been? Number three, build quality of the S and X. And this one I find interesting. People didn't say, of the top responses, no one said build quality of the Model 3 and the Model Y. Clearly, Model 3, Model Y build quality has massively improved. I'm still seeing all these comments from these Muppets focusing on years ago. And I think even some reviewers, the Model 3 build quality, it's missing a little bit of carpet here. Or like, what? It's missing a little bit of carpet? Really? That's your build quality? I mean, to me, the build quality is, okay, how good is the battery pack? How well is that integrated into the car? Like structurally, how good is the body? These are things to me that matter with build quality. Honestly, if your car breaks down because the build quality was shoddy, and that is an issue. But when people say the trim doesn't quite match up perfectly in a certain area, I think, really? You've got to have OCD to be really concerned. Look, I think that's a bit OCD, but let me know what you think on that. So, interesting though that people didn't focus on the build quality of the Model 3 and the Model Y. They said that the Model S and the Model X don't have good enough build quality. However, recent reviews were quite interesting. Now, CarWow and Top Gear both test drove the Model X and the Model S. In fact, Top Gear just had a very, very impressive review. I'm going to link to it in the description. It's so good. There's a little bit of homerism, sort of trying to kind of favor gasoline-powered cars because they know that that's a big part of their audience. But primarily a really good review on the Model S with the track package. Now, he actually says that build quality is excellent. And he actually points out how it's excellent and why it is. It goes into detail, in fact, shows the car, and it's quite interesting to see. It just made me question, because I haven't owned a Model S or a Model X, haven't seen the new ones. They're only really have been available to Americans for the last year and a half, last year really. So I don't know on this, but let me know what your experience is with the Model S and the Model X, but not the old version. This has got to be a focus on new cars within the last 12 months. Not really much point focusing on 2021. That's not really today. It's more like now. Now, the fourth point was the luxury of the S and the X interior. Now, that's a bit an interesting point as well. I fail to understand what's missing in terms of luxury. I mean, to me, the driving experience of it sounds really good. The driving experience sounds got fantastic range. And the reviewer on Top Gear, it's a great Top Gear review. A lot of people said it's the best Top Gear review that they've seen in years. He said the luxury was amazing. And this is a guy who's a fashion designer. He used to be a fashion designer who reviewed the car. And he tests Audis, Mercedes, expensive cars. And he said that the luxury is really impressive in this review. So I'm just curious to know what exactly people want. What's non-luxurious about the Model S and the Model X? I love the feature of the new screen, how it can digitally move to tilt towards the driver or to tilt towards the passenger. I think that's actually quite practical. I think having the new digital screen in front of the driver is good. The new digital screen in the 17-inch horizontal screen, that's a cool feature. The interior screen for the passengers at the back, that's another cool. I'm just not really sure what it's missing to make it luxury. And to be honest, I think it's a waste of money. What do I mean by this? I think Tesla will simply completely ignore the responses about the Model S and the Model X. Why? Because they sell in such small numbers. It's a very small percentage of the car's future. Of the brand's future. What do I mean by that? Well, Tesla are focusing on really 5 products. Cybertruck, new Model 3, new Model Y, and of course, the Model 2 or the Model A, which will be 2 different cars. It won't just be one car. It'll be like the Model 3, Model Y, same platform shared. It'll be, a sedan, possibly, but I think more likely a crossover, hatchback, and an SUV type vehicle, but both built on the same platform. 2 different models. Now, Tesla is saying that vehicle will outsell all their models combined by twice. It'll be double the sales of the Model A versus everything else combined, including Cybertruck, Model S, Model X, Model Y, Model 3. So that is a vehicle that Tesla clearly need to focus on. And of course, Model 3 and Model Y, the updates. But those updates have pretty much already been done. I think they've already been confirmed. It's more a matter of putting them into the production line, which is what's happening right now. Now, there was one other comment prominent that I noticed. That is full self-driving. People saying that Tesla needs to actually replace old full self-driving systems. And this has been a question people have asked me. What will Tesla do? Because obviously the old cars without hardware 4, without the extra cameras, it's extremely unlikely Tesla's going to get full self-driving to work in those cars, right? I think that's a fair thing to say. The new ones, I think it's possible with the extra 3 more cameras, better resolution, 5 megapixel cameras for all the cameras all around, hardware 4. I think it's possible that will get full self-driving to work. In fact, I think it's likely. But will it work on previous models without that? Highly unlikely. So what will Tesla do? Will they retrofit those cars that retrofit them or either refund people. I think it's more likely Tesla will refund people. So a lot of the comments were about that. This is obviously not going to affect a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people paid for full self-driving, but it will affect some. And you definitely don't want to leave those people out high and dry. Tesla, though, at some point in time, my guess is they'll recognize, they already know it, right? Elon Musk already knows that full self-driving is not going to work on those cars. And they'll say, you know what? Yep, it isn't going to work on your car. We can either make the changes necessary, which may or may not be possible because retrofitting with hardware 4 is probably not possible, or we can give you a refund. So I'm going to guess the refund option is the most likely. The other option they could do, and this is what I have speculated on, give people a big discount towards a new car. So trade the car in, we'll give you a big discount on a new model where the system will be working. That's my speculation on that. Now, what's your experience been with your Tesla vehicle? What are things that you think Tesla could improve? To me, more important than all of this stuff, this is all great, but more important than all of this is just the focus on the new car. Getting this new car out, this new Model 2 out to as many people as possible, making these EVs as affordable as possible, disrupting these Muppets at Toyota and Mazda and Subaru and Nissan, Honda, all these car manufacturers, BMW, not taking EVs seriously, getting EVs out to the market that are affordable, using lithium iron phosphate batteries, structural battery packs, refining that product, which is the future of the automotive industry, and also focusing on the full self-driving, getting that to work. What are your thoughts though? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.